No, vaccines don't cause autism.
First up, the big one, vaccines causing autism. Earlier, I directed you to my video on Andrew Wakefield and the conclusive debunking of this link that was based on a singular fraudulent study. But now let's go over Bobby's role in this saga. Bobby has been revving this engine since his 2005 Rolling Stone magazine and Salon article, Deadly Immunity, in which he claimed to have uncovered a connection between thimerosal and neurological disorders like autism, and that it was covered up by CDC. The article contained extremely concerning errors, like citing statistics without sources and claiming vaccine products contained thimerosal when they in fact did not. Eventually, in 2011, it was deemed an unsalvageable dumpster fire and it was removed entirely. The editor of Salon who published the article said, "It was the worst mistake of my career. I probably should have been fired. I regret we didn't move on this more quickly as evidence continued to emerge debunking the vaccines and autism link, but continued revelations of the flaws and even fraud tainting the science behind the connection make taking down the story the right thing to do." But this didn't discourage Bobby from continuing his grift, as he continues to claim an association between autism and vaccines, as he did on Joe Rogan, and CHD continues pushing this myth, claiming thimerosal in vaccines is the autism culprit, despite thimerosal being phased out completely by 2001 and never being linked to autism whatsoever in the first place. Cute graphs like this really sum up what Bobby thinks proof that vaccines cause autism looks like. Wow, seems pretty open and shut, huh? Here's the thing, inflation seems to be an even better predictor. Or you know what's even better? Organic food sales. Maybe Bobby should be raging against big broccoli rather than big pharma, am I right? That's the thing about statistics, they can be misleading. Here's a graph proving that ice cream sales cause shark attacks. Here's one proving that pool drownings are caused by Nicolas Cage films. Here's one proving that death by bedsheets is caused by ski resort profits. Do we need to continue? The point is that illustrating correlation does not ever demonstrate causation. You have to do rigorously empirical mechanistic studies. Every time we've done that, every single time, all the data and all of the meta-analyses show no link whatsoever between vaccines and autism. A 2002 study traced 537,000 kids and found no difference in autism rates between those who got the MMR vaccine and those who didn't. A 2003 cohort study of 467,450 children saw no relationship between thimerosal-containing vaccines and risk of developing autism. A 2019 nationwide study of 657,461 children found no increased risk of autism among children who were vaccinated, including among those with risk factors like a diagnosed sibling. A retrospective cohort study of 95,727 children who received the MMR vaccine with older siblings with and without autism found no link between MMR vaccination and risk of autism, even for children having a sibling with autism. An epidemiological analysis of children found prevalence of autism was the same between vaccinated and unvaccinated populations. Age of diagnosis did not differ, and onset of symptoms of autism were not linked to when they received MMR vaccination. A global review by the National Academy of Medicine found no relationship between vaccination status, autism diagnosis, or autism rates before and after introduction of the MMR vaccine, and they discuss in depth why there are no plausible mechanisms by which thimerosal or vaccines could cause autism. This utilized data from hundreds of thousands of children and millions of vaccine doses across the United States, Denmark, Sweden, and the United Kingdom. A systematic review of 67 studies involving millions of children assessing the safety of the overall U.S. immunization schedule found that vaccines are safe, adverse events are rare, and routine vaccines like MMR, DTaP, varicella, and others have no relationship to developing autism, type 1 diabetes, or other chronic health conditions. A scientific review that assessed claims that vaccines overwhelm the immune system concluded there is no evidence to support these claims and that they lack biological plausibility based on how the immune system works. A systematic review of 10 primary studies assessed potential links between thimerosal, thimerosal-containing vaccines, and autism. They found no relationship. The authors emphasized that studies with robust methodologies consistently show vaccines are safe, whereas the handful claiming to find links between vaccines and autism routinely have substantial biases, conflicts of interest, and methodological flaws. And once again, there is Andrew Wakefield's 1998 paper, retracted by The Lancet for blatant fraud and conflicts of interest. What more do you need? How much more science can be done? Anyone who denies this mountain of research is ideologically captured by grifting frauds and in complete denial of reality. There is no other explanation. Bobby's autism claim is deader than disco, but he's still dancing, despite autism's 50 to 90% heritability. Twin studies show genes are the cause here. Bobby ignores DNA like a flat earther ignoring, well, everything.